little.
Okay, it's recording.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the Gamescom after a month-long pause. Yeah, where's our...
Look how good that was.
I'm here!
Now we can start.
Okay. So after a month-long pause, we're back. And...
Greetings, everyone.
Yeah.
Greetings.
It's his fault.
It is my fault. I'm sorry. So, let's just get right into it, shall we? So, first thing I have... You got the timer?
No.
Okay, well, we'll just swing it. So, the first thing I have is virtual reality. Is it a gimmick, or is it the next generation of gaming? And, what do you guys think?
Are you going to start?
You
My-
go?
Okay, well, I'll go first then. Time, please.
Go.
Okay. So, right now, I'm a bit indecisive. I believe it probably could go either way. Truthfully, I think it really depends on the games. I think right now it's just a gimmick, and I don't see it going much farther than maybe the Virtual Boy.
Ooh, scathing.
That's more negative than positive, I think.
Yeah,
Anyway, you got like 2 seconds.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I think it's more than a gimmick, but we've got a long way before it's going to be the future. As of right now, I can see it maybe being almost as successful, or as successful as the 3DS. But if you think like 5 years ago when they talked about, 3D TV is going to be the future, and 5 years later, it's where is it now? So that's pretty much how I feel. More than a gimmick, not the future though. At least not right now.
You got 4 seconds.
I'm done.
All right.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
All
I'm
right.
on the interwebs.
So mine's going. It's a gaming gimmick. I actually think virtual reality is the future of porn, not video games.
That's good.
I think augmented reality, though, like the HoloLens and the Google Glass, is actually the future of mobile gaming. I don't think it's going to replace PC or console gaming because it's just they drive towards apps and like that type of visual stimuli, that type of game, bite-sized gaming. It doesn't go to whole consoles. So, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I think it's a gimmick right now, and I don't really anticipate it getting that big. I think they're going to try to keep pushing it. But I kind of with Rich. I think the augmented reality is going to be what's going to be pushed forward because that's going to cater more towards like casual people. I think that will be the way of the future.
You got like 15 seconds left.
Yeah,
Yeah, like 10
and world peace.
Wait, the timer's supposed to be where you cut it off. It's not like you have to fill up the space. What is this?
Okay,
Speech
turn.
class?
Oh, my turn now.
Your speech has to be 5 minutes long.
Wow, everyone thinks it's going to be a gimmick. I think it's also, at this point, a gimmick. The cost to entry is a little too high. But do keep in mind that the next, consoles really can't do much more graphically than they are now. The next generation of consoles may be a big graphical update, but there's not much you can do more. So the next generation of consoles are going to need something. Microsoft tried to head it off with Kinect. Nintendo tried to head it off with their Wii. Sony is trying to head it off with Morpheus.
Okay. Very
I will say
interesting.
this, though. Augmented reality is cool for companion apps.
You know what? You used up all your time.
I'm just
okay.
letting you know.
Okay.
This discussion is closed forever.
What are companion apps?
So
what
strike that from the record.
Yeah, what are companion apps?
Huh?
What are companion
Like
apps?
Halo has a companion, or Destiny, where you can
Oh,
Like
okay.
Metal Gear was
That was
supposed to
the-
have,
okay.
like that airdrop from the app. And I don't know if they ever made it.
Division
Like
has shown it off.
an app that helps you get companions like
It's a menu outside of the game
Tinder.
that should
Okay,
be.
okay.
Tinder.
Gotta keep us on track.
Tinder.
Yeah.
For,
Like the story in Destiny.
It's basically the Wii U, the gamepad.
Moving on.
Yes.
Okay. So, next segment, we're going to start with you, Bryce. What are you playing? What have you been playing over the past month?
Destiny, the Taken King.
And how do you like it?
Any Roblox roadmap?
No, I mean, that's literally all I've been playing, and it's... I said Taken King has a chance to be very similar to Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, and I think it is. The story was greatly expounded upon and in some cases fixed. A lot of the gripes people have with the game are no longer there in TTK.
But there is a story?
There is a story. They've got
Nice
cutscenes.
change.
They got
A year
actual
later.
good.
Yeah.
They didn't delegate and a bunch of their good cast members like Nathan Fillion into bit roles like they did in the first one. He's actually got a much more expanded role in this one. There are several good stories and very good cutscenes. It fixes the game. If you haven't played Destiny or played it before and it's you fell out because you got bored of the things to do, Taken King is $40, but I think it's worth it.
Good pitch.
I want my money, Activision. Where's my money?
Okay. So that's it. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I
take-
mean, roadblocks, I have to do stupid things like this instead of playing Destiny.
Oh,
man.
man. Take that, Gamescom.
Wait a minute.
Ouch. Okay.
That's going to hurt my
Blubber,
rewatch
you're
it.
next.
All right, I've been playing Guild Wars 2 a decent amount, trying to get back into it in preparation for the expansion that comes out here in a couple months. So I've been doing some PvP. Just playing that again a little bit. I started playing the Wind Waker again, the remastered version on Wii U. So I'm just playing through that again. I played it and beat it in college, so it's been a couple of years. So
It's a great game.
I've been enjoying that. It's my favorite Zelda. So that's what I'm playing. No real roadblocks, just time to play, I guess.
I guess the waiting for it to come out would be the roadblock.
For Guild Wars 2,
Yeah.
just waiting for that to come out.
Wait, that's not out yet?
Guild
Thanks.
Wars 2?
The expansion.
Oh,
I was
nice.
going to say, I thought it came out years
You guys
ago.
not listen to me at all?
No, not
What?
really.
Just like,
I just zoned out when you say Guild Wars.
I drifted.
Wind Waker's a great game. It's my second favorite Zelda. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Rich.
So I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5, of course, and that's all I've been doing. Amazing
like that
game.
game?
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Story, I love the ending story. I don't care what anybody else says. I love Fulton recovering everything into wormholes, including goats and sheep and whatever else I can
I
find.
heard you
Cargo
get a
containers.
bear. Do you have a bear?
I have 2 bears. A
You ride a
Himalayan
bear?
brown bear and a brown bear.
You ride a bear?
We've been over this. You can't ride a bear.
Yeah. I do
They
have a
need to come out.
unicorn.
How did Hideo Kojima not include rideable bears?
He has a unicorn though.
Ah.
So I have a unicorn that should set on fire but doesn't set on
Is it
fire.
like Mr. Toots? Does it fart rainbow beams of death?
No, but should. So that game is ridiculously amazing, and I don't know if we're going to talk about it more later, but
Is it the best game of all time?
it could be. It would be the best game of all time. 120 hours in right now.
Is it in your top 5?
It will be. Next top 5 games I do. In terms of roadblocks, I am actually hit a roadblock with the Platinum because I hit one of the glitches, which I'm really mad about, the C2W bug, which is the 4th mission, where if you do one of the tasks and then you replay the mission within like 3 day cycles, then it basically does like a Easter egg cutscene where like, hey, you've already completed the mission, good job, come back to base. And then it gives you a hyphen instead of an S rank, and once you get that hyphen, it's like herpes, it never goes away. So the trophy is dependent on that being an S instead of a hyphen, so they have to patch it. So Twitter accounts are saying, or Konami, people are saying that Konami has responded to them, and on Twitter, and that they're looking into it. So that's the only thing that's going to stop me from Platinum. And I'm going to rage if they don't fix it.
That makes me
Replay the game.
so-
Get
Yeah, there
S
you
ranks
go.
on everything.
I am 120 hours in, and I still have to S rank probably another 30 missions, and then do another 25 missions worth of tasks.
That makes me so happy
Yeah.
right now.
I would rage so much. But I love the ending boss fight too. That's one of the best. Like, that Metal Gear fight is amazing.
Spoilers.
There's a Metal Gear in Metal Gear.
But then again, what is the spit? One big spoiler.
So, before I go into too much detail, Brandon goes in.
Okay.
Well, I like Rich. Been playing Metal Gear Solid 5. I absolutely love it. Extremely addicting. Between that, I've been going back and forth between Mega Man Legacy Collection, which also was really excited for that to come out, and haven't been able to stop playing it since. Only roadblock I have right now is the gold medals on the challenges for Legacy Collection. Some of them you can kind of do little cheap exploits to get the gold, but a lot of others are a little more challenging. So we'll see how that goes.
Can't do the start cheat on everything.
Oh, only the Mega Man 1 games, yeah. Anything that's Mega Man 1 game, yeah. Yeah, they got that.
Good old
exploit.
Elec man.
Oh, you can do not just Elecman, anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
He's just got the easiest one because it's gigantic.
Yeah, and yeah, you can use that as well, just in the regular power up sometimes, or the regular plasma power. You can use the Y, which is basically turbo fire, and then you have your 3 projectiles on enemy. You just pause it so one of them hits, then unpause it, pause it again so the other one hits, and you should really spam abuse that for lots of boss fights. Other than that, it's such a great game. You guys you don't know what you're missing. Go get it now.
But I do have the games. I've played those games.
Play them again. You
Die.
played through all 6? I thought there was a few.
I own them all. I've played over half of them.
Play them
Should.
Why aren't you playing them now?
all.
Would you recommend that or Metal Gear?
Oh,
You
I
gotta choose
can do
one.
both.
But if you can only choose one,
It's hard to push Brandon to pick one.
If you are over the age of 30, Mega Man. If you're under the age of 30, Metal Gear Solid.
We'll take that.
But still over the age of 16, read your E ESRB.
again, excellent pitch. All right, well, that it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I must have been the only one with basically couldn't commit to a game over the past month because
I had 2 games.
I had 2 games.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were 2 games. Over the past month, I've been playing Ni no Kuni. I played Mario Thousand Year Door. I did Mario Maker.
Oh wait, yeah. Talk about Mario Maker.
Mario
That's new.
Maker. Yeah, let's go Mario
play
Maker
that.
right now. So yeah, I got it.
Come out of here.
Got it on the TV if you want to play it, but actually, as far as it goes, it's Nintendo's had a few okay games on the Wii U. I'd say nothing groundbreaking. I'd classify this. I know you guys would beg to differ, but still,
Keep going.
Mario.
Nothing that's going to save the system.
It's not really a system saver as far as Mario Maker goes. It's a very interesting game. I'll say that. If you've already got a Wii U, I'd say definitely go get it because it is a must buy if you already have it. Not a console seller, but it's still a good game. There's a few particular levels that I do like. I haven't been able to beat myself. There's a Super Meat Boy variant level, which only 0.04% of the population has beat. So
0.04 or 0.4?
0.04. It is that difficult, but it is a fantastic course. Very similar to what you would face in actual Super Meat Boy.
I never played Super Meat Boy. What kind of game is
It's one of those
Ridiculously
enraging, ridiculously
it?
hard
Like a
games.
platformer?
Yeah.
2D.
Platformer and you die and just over and over and over.
Yeah.
But when you die, you immediately restart, and you just keep doing it until you win, and then when you win, it shows all of your attempts at once.
Oh,
So you get to see everything
Super
dying.
technical platform.
So
It's funny.
It's
It's
actually
technical,
very
yes.
interesting though with Super Mario Maker because every time you die, or I guess it'd be die, or if you're on the course, you can see it as well. There's a little X for everywhere someone has died. So this particular course is just littered with X's everywhere. So it's a lot of fun.
I feel like Mario Maker is like the perfect formula for
It is
what Nintendo needed.
It is an excellent formula.
and with
And
the pad, right? The little,
It's gamepad, so if you want to create your own courses, it's really easy to do with the gamepad. The only downside I would say to this, and it can actually be you can get through this by a patch they did near like the second or third day, is you don't actually get all the items to start out with. Technically, it's supposed to take you 9 days to get it.
I thought they said they weren't
Technically it's supposed to, but you can just spam blocks to get around it. So in realistic, you can get it within about 4 hours probably. So very interesting, but not gonna save the system. I'll say that.
Not like
I don't
Zelda.
think the system
or-
needs saving though. I think it's good.
Some
Nintendo
people
shareholders would beg to differ.
I like the system.
They went from printing money to the Wii U.
So there's that. That's been kind of like just a nightly, spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes here thing. Been playing. I think I played Destiny once over the course of the past month, just
You played with us.
for the sake of it. I think.
I think I ran you through Dark Below or House of Wolves.
It was House of Wolves. We ran through the Prison of Elders, which was interesting.
Did I take you through Prison of Elders?
Yeah, you did.
It's a fun one.
So it was Rich, Bryce, and myself went through it. It was
Destiny.
it was interesting. It wasn't exactly the greatest thing ever, but
Wait till I get you guys to the Court of Oryx.
if we buy the expansion,
If you buy the expansion.
Was it 50?
40. It's $60 if you don't own the game. You can buy all of Year 1, including all the expansions and the new one.
So for me, if I paid $90 up last year, I'd still have to pay $40 again.
That's the downside. It's really expensive. It is good though.
I've also been playing some of the free games that have been available on PSN. Grow Home. I don't know if any of you have touched that yet.
Downloaded it.
Okay.
I need to download that.
It's a very interesting title. It's a little bit frustrating when you're about 1,000 feet high and you get knocked off something by like you just fall all the way down, and your save point was way down below. It's could be frustrating, but it's an interesting concept for a game. I've done. Am I near my 5-minute limit? By the way.
Oh, by the way, I wasn't counting.
Oh, okay.
Way past it.
This is
We'll
even
edit
phone,
it out.
actually.
On closer inspection, these are loafers.
Okay, so speeding it up a little bit, I've done the that one that you were asking. Everyone's Gone to Rapture.
Oh, everyone's going to the Rapture.
Everyone's
good. It's a good easy platinum.
It's
I need to play that.
It's probably is a easy platinum. I kind of screwed it up. That's my roadblock, and that I went exploring, and apparently there's a bit of a linear gameplay to it. And if you start exploring, your progress starts to get disjointed. So you got to figure out where to go again in disjointed sections.
So you should delete your save and try again.
That's a roadblock. I think I've probably touched a few more, but I think I've run out of time. So
Have we
Final
done a
Fantasy?
game scrum since Rocket League came out?
we did.
Yes, we
we
did
talked-
mine.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was a Q1, right?
Well, it wasn't.
Or
Because
Q2.
you guys pushed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did
So it
mention
is-
it in a game. Okay,
Yeah, we
played
did-
Rocket
we
League
mentioned
at
that
some
was gonna
point.
be
We did it during
Q3,
mine.
guys,
Yeah.
Q3 is
Yeah.
ending like 2 days from now.
Yeah, so if you got
Ready
Rocket
to
League
go.
for free, go buy their DLC for $3 to give them some money. Get you some extra trophies, some cool items. Yeah,
Why are we
I give them
even
money.
debating Q3? You guys are going to make it Metal Gear Solid 5 anyway.
Well, we got 4
Uh,
because we're doing our brackets.
it's going to be Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, it's gonna win
Well,
it
it's gonna
anyway.
have to be Metal Gear Solid 5. We know
It
that.
doesn't matter. We'll still pick runners up, but yeah,
We'll pick the losers to Metal Gear
We're
Solid.
gonna
Yeah,
vote. I'm gonna vote.
Well, don't worry, guys. We got Starfire.
Yeah. And then, as you pointed out, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV, but I haven't really touched it too much. Kind of waiting for the next expansion in November. Sorry, not expansion, next patch to come out. So,
What is that called? Heaven.
Heaven's Word is the current expansion. There's a new patch, I don't know what it's called yet, in November, so it'll be 3.1. So I think we've rambled enough on that section. So for the next segment is the special segments. And since it's been about a month since we've covered that, sorry guys, I figured we'd kind of catch up on some news topics. What's happened over the past month? So let's start with the middle this time with Rich.
Yay! Yay! So Kingdom Hearts 2.8 announced at TGS. It's a ridiculous number. I tried to read the synopsis of why you call it 2.8, and my head exploded.
I don't know why 2.9 wasn't.
It's something about... Okay, so first of all, let me explain what it is, then I'll try to explain what Tatsuya Nomura, the guy who made it, tried to explain. So basically, it's one full game, the Dream Drop Distance, that was released for the 3DS, remade for the PS3. And then there's a short movie that takes place before any of the Kingdom Hearts that you can watch. And then there's a chapter you can play, which I'm actually kind of excited for because it involves my favorite Kingdom Hearts character, Aqua. So it's like her Realm of Darkness scenes and kind of around that time frame or right after it. So you get to play like an extra chapter there. So it's really like a game and a chapter in a movie.
Has there been
Tries
any
to prep you
news,
for 3.
any news whether it's 3D? Like 3D capable on the PS2?
I didn't read that, so maybe.
Is this
so?
an
I
expansion
hope so,
pack
yeah.
to 2.5, or is it a standalone purchase?
It's a standalone purchase.
Have they announced pricing for it?
Probably
I
40.
read.
All of them, all of them
40.
40, right?
I assume it's probably going to be cheaper.
It's probably
given
like
that it's not
39,000
much
yen or
gameplay.
something like that.
What does that even mean?
I don't
3
know.
cents.
It was released at, or announced at Tokyo Game Show, though. But essentially, what he came to with 2.8 was that, like, the prequel cinematic is 0.0, and then Birth by Sleep is, like, 0.1, and then the Aqua scene that he adds into it is, like, 0.2, and then Dream Drop
It's
Distance was like
0.3.
2.6. So when you add those numbers together, it
What
was
is 2.6?
2.8.
That's
Yeah, I don't-
nine.
how-
Because
like-
Dream Drop Distance was 2.6. Because it was the latest. Was it the latest in the series?
It's so far it is.
So, yeah.
2.9.
So it's 2.6
You
Okay, right
your
now,
math added it up to 9. Your math is sucky.
2.6,
He said 0.0 though,
0.0, and 0.2 is 2.8.
so that's 2.8.
So
said 2.1
that is
and
his
3.
explanation of why it is 2.8 in this roundabout way versus 2.75 or 2.6 or whatever else he could have named it.
Or 3.
Or 3.
Just call it Kingdom Hearts 3.0 as opposed to Kingdom Hearts 3 and confuse everyone.
Or just Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance plus this.
3 the pre-sequel.
But either way, I'm excited because Aqua is awesome. My favorite character in the
Kingdom
series.
Hearts 2.5 Subsistence.
What?
Snake Eater.
Oh, okay.
So, in terms of the story, Nick, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like Birth by Sleep is the first one with this prologue before it.
Mhm.
Then it's Aqua's like epilogue with this .2 chapter, and then Dream Drop Distance is the newest right before 3. So it's supposed to try to catch you up all the way to 3, kind of the behind the scenes story.
Yeah, and if you haven't played it, it actually explains a lot of the story setting up 3.
Wait, which one?
Dream Drop Distance.
Oh, the one that just
DDR.
Yeah, DDR.
DVD.
What I keep calling it.
Yeah, which I'm very confused every time he says it. Kingdom Hearts DDR. Not the game I thought it was.
Well, that's,
Kingdom Hearts 3D.
so no release date for that yet.
I just heard next year, but my research for this was lacking. I'm gonna be honest. But I gave you why they called it 2.8.
There you go. Good job.
Alright, fair enough. Clever.
So my piece of news is Guild Wars 2 expansion. So it was finally announced that the release date was going to be this year. People would think it was going to be next year. So it's going to be October 23rd. Not that any of you guys care. And they've been releasing. So they've been doing like a temporary, like every couple of weeks they release more information on it. So they have all the elite classes that they're releasing. So for Mesmer, they're having like Chronomancer. That was the one I was excited about. So they can like change time and go back and forth in time.
How's that playing the gameplay?
Well, it's like it changes your recharges on your skills and abilities.
That's
It,
cool.
like resets people or resets the enemies and stuff. So yeah, it sounds cool. I'm excited about it. They're going to add some new PvE content, which they need, and some more PvP maps. So yeah, excited.
Beat Moss.
Not going to Bryce?
No, I'm messing up this order.
All right.
He's just jumping
Well,
around.
I don't have much news other than a couple of under-the-radar releases I noticed that were coming out. They have a Walking Dead themed escapist game coming out in a couple of days, so September 30th on PC and Xbox One. So check that out. Next week is Transformers Devastation. That's the cel-shaded animation hack and slash made by Platinum Games.
Yes.
Nowhere related by like Michael
So-
Bay, is it?
No. It's based on the Generation 1
Okay, so
Transformers series.
the
And
good
it's
How
stuff.
much,
Cell
how much-
shit.
how many royalties you have to give to Michael Bay for explosions?
But it looks pretty sweet. I'll probably pick that up. It's only like $50 too on current gen consoles too. So
What is
Right
it?
now.
Like what type of game is it?
it's like a hack and slash beat 'em up. Like Devil May Cry meets Transformers. That's my guess.
I always thought it was a fighter.
It's been listed as beat 'em up, but I don't know if it is or not. But it could-
I've
I'm
seen
probably
one
gonna get it.
screenshot. I am not the person to ask about
It
this.
could be a racing game.
Once again, the research is lacking.
I've seen 8 pictures.
And then last Dragon Quest Heroes, which is like Hyrule Warriors, but it's Dragon Quest theme. It's
That sounds awesome.
October 16th, I think. So
Is that PlayStation only?
yep, PS4 exclusive.
Cool.
So I might grab that. That's all I got.
I like this idea of Dynasty Warriors engine with any IP.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Print money.
All right, Bryce.
Star Fox got delayed till next year.
Any note when it's going to be?
I think it's Q1 next year, but it's just another blow to Nintendo's lineup.
Did they say why?
I didn't read
Oh, that Yoshi game that's coming out October too.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah,
That
Is
might
that
be
already
coming
out?
no, it's
No,
October.
but it's got an amiibo with it.
What about Zelda?
And then Nintendo did announce their new president. It is not Shigeru Miyamoto, which a lot of people thought it would be. He was their interim president, alongside someone else, I can't remember. But yes, Shigeru Miyamoto is not the new president of Nintendo.
Makes sense that he'd be more in a creative position anyway.
Yes, I think that's what he wanted to do. I don't think he wants to be president. He wants to just keep overseeing teams that make games.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough. Cool. So mine is more, I guess, speculation than anything.
So not news.
Well,
Rumors!
It's kind of news. So Prima, for the Final Fantasy X guide, has released pictures along with it, the strategy, but also with it, though, people have been seeing pictures of Final Fantasy XII. So the rumor is right now is that this was a leak going to be a HD remake for Final Fantasy XII. Personally, have not played it. I know
I beat it.
you guys might have.
Stupid Zodiac Spear.
Bad game.
Stupid Zodiac
No,
Spear.
no. It's
You
a
opened
good
the chat.
gameplay. The story makes you not remember anything about the story, though.
But the gameplay's bad too.
No, it's not.
Remember that
fun.
chest you opened 40 hours ago?
It's like
yeah, you
a-
can't get the final weapon.
It's like an offline MMO.
I liked it. It had those lines that changed color and told you what you were attacking.
It sounds like
I
Xenoblade
actually liked
almost.
I
I
only
did
played
play
like
it a
an
little
hour.
bit. It was decent. What it really is it's a stop and swap.
Mhm.
So you can take your old Final Fantasy XII disc and swap it with the HD remake to unlock secret levels.
Are you being serious right now?
Since we're going off bullshit, I figured I'd add to it.
That's what going on.
Yeah, I believed in too. Don't feel too bad.
That was really good.
The disc is edible too.
Hey, you are my target for the rest of the Scrum.
Oh,
You
fantastic.
are my target.
Okay. Well, I think we've finished that segment, so
I
moving on to the
raised
next.
your hopes and
Good.
dashed them expertly.
Scrum Master's Choice. So the topic this week is HD remakes. So we've been seeing a lot of remakes come out. We've obviously heard we have the Final Fantasy VII one coming out. Who knows when? I don't remember. We have all these Kingdom Hearts remakes coming in. We have the Metal Gear remake, that basically the HD collection that came out.
Last of Us.
They've already had one, and now they're having
That's
two.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've already had that, Last of Us. We've just had so many. And the question really is it becoming an issue that we have so many of these new HD remakes as opposed to new titles? And is this actually taking up more? Is this actually affecting those timelines? Would you be for that? Would you be against it? How do you feel about the HD remake stance? So I guess I'll go first. Personally, we've discussed this a little bit, and I'm sorry if I'm taking some talking points from you guys, is that the teams that usually do that are different. We did discuss that, but at the same time, I feel that it is taking away a bit. I like the idea of having all these games on one single system, especially for the Kingdom Hearts. That's one, obviously, if you've watched this ever, one that I'm personally a fan of.
Really?
So, I like having that. That being said, I feel like we're getting some delays. We're getting some focus shift away from these new IPs, these new intellectual properties, and that we're just saying, hey, give me a cash grab. I just want to sell the same old thing instead of actually having to come up with a new idea. I feel like that's the way for some companies. I'm not saying all, but it seems like it's becoming more of a quick cash grab thing to me more than anything. Thoughts, anyone?
My thing is twofold. One, games take more money and more time than they ever have because the hardware is no longer stupid. We're not working with a 32-bit architecture. We're working with 1080p polygons that people expect dozens, if not hundreds, of hours of gameplay, high-def content, motion capture, high-quality voicing. That all costs money and all takes a lot of time. HD remakes are a quick way to get content onto a system that normally would take significantly longer. Take The Last of Us. Last of Us was a significant financial investment for Naughty Dog. It was a fantastic game, And while Naughty Dog works on another project, supposedly Last of Us 2, they can ship out the HD remake to someone else, get quick cash while they learn the architecture and just stalls for time, and also gives content onto the consoles themselves. So I am in favor of them. It's like Nick said, it's great for getting games all in one location. As a collector, it doesn't really bother me. I've got those games anyway, most of the time. But it's nice to have them all in one location, and it's also just a great way to fill in times while new games are being developed.
And I think we're looking at this through, a lot of people tend to do this is through gamers' eyes. You own all the consoles and everything you see is cash grab. But you got to think about it, this generation, how many people jump ship from Xbox 360 to PS4? They didn't have a PS3 to play Last of Us. So yeah, they are getting...
PS1. Some of these remakes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm all in favor for, like, PS2 jumping to PS4, anything that, doesn't have trophies and now has trophies, I'm in favor of that. But, like, yeah, there's that whole, you're switching consoles, or, like, you're the casual gamer who, doesn't have every system. Maybe PS4 is their upgrade from PS2, or,
Or they were too young.
Or they were too young, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
they were born when the PS1 was out.
So when you look at it from a non-gamer standpoint, owns every console, then, I mean, it makes more sense that way. And, yeah, of course they're going to get more money back, because, I think Last of Us sold, like, another 3 million copies for being an HD remake.
Well, to be fair, it was the best and pretty much only good game on the PS4 when it launched.
No, Resogun.
Which was free.
Which was amazing.
Yes, but...
We're talking about ports.
Are we talking about ports or Resogun here? All right. What was the other point I had, if that was it? Yeah, and then like I was going to say, like, I support anything that goes back.
It's a great way
Gen
for getting
2.
young gamers into games they may have missed. I mean, we have been lucky, the age we are, to grow up with the NES, the Super NES, and as games evolve, we get to see that. But I've got nieces now who are too young to play games, but in 5 years they won't be, and what are they just supposed to miss? All the previous Final Fantasies or
golden age of gaming. So many games that.
Well, I mean, by that point in time, we're probably going to be 3 consoles down. So, are they going to report them again? Are we going to do an HD 4K remake?
In 5 years, they'll still be good.
I mean, I can see a business model where eventually everything's digital, and then like every few years you just buy an upgraded resolution add-on to it.
Yeah.
Like a streaming, kind of like with the... What was that console that they came out with, purely streaming?
Oh yeah.
No.
No, I'm on live.
On live, that was it.
Yeah.
Sony
bought the
Isn't that
technology.
what PlayStation Now is?
It's what
No,
PlayStation...
that was Gaikai.
Gaikai, yeah.
They bought Gaikai, and then they bought OnLive's technology after they went bankrupt.
The idea of that being, you don't own the console, you just rent the bandwidth to play the game on a server somewhere that's simulating the game for you. So you don't have to worry about hardware. Your hardware is always upgraded. You just pay to play the game.
Or even like it's just license based, where like you can get downloads. So like I have PSN. By the time PS6 comes out, maybe I get a 4K version of a game that I only pay like X amount of dollars to upgrade from 1080p to 4K or something. Whatever the resolutions will be by then.
Yeah. I can easily see that being the future of gaming. The problems with it, one, having a good unified hardware that everyone's working off of, like consoles, is great because developers don't have to constantly Duke Nukem forever and upgrade their... Because that's what delayed that game, right? Having to upgrade all the graphics every console generation, it was delayed.
We're going to have to get to better quality internet infrastructure, though.
We will, and that's something Google is experimenting with. I wish they'd take the whole plunge and just get everyone fiber, but
I want fiber.
I want fiber.
All right, I'm going to go against the grain and bring us back here. I'm kind of against the remakes because I feel like IPs do it as a way to not have risk. It's kind of like in the movie industry where we're seeing all these reboots of old movies, like all the superhero movies and all of that, where like they just don't have, they're not taking the risk to go with new IPs and new ideas because they just, it's a lot of money. I mean, it's true, all the points that we mentioned, like it's a lot of money now as opposed to like 10 years ago making a game is a lot more. At the same time, I wish that they would take more risk. So I guess more of a selfish standpoint that I wish that they would stop doing remakes and start doing more new IPs.
I'm with you against the Hollywood remakes. There's too many of those, but I'm for the game remakes.
Because there's not enough of those.
You
You
didn't like
my analogy.
No,
I do like
it's
your
a valid
analogy,
analogy. I just,
He's
but I'm
just
with,
saying it's wrong.
For movies, no. For movies, I'm saying that I wish they'd stop because, but movie remakes to me aren't like game remakes. Where a game remake, it'll be like for like, or an HD
I mean,
upgrade.
you
going from,
can't
like,
get a
the console-
director that's going to destroy your favorite characters like they do in movies
right?
for a video game because
Right.
the code is there, it's set.
Yeah,
It's usually graphical updates.
yeah. Which I'm totally fine with. And just like Rich said, getting achievements and trophies for games that you've played all your life. Mega Man Legacy Collection, which
FF7.
some of those games are older than you. Which you should
Probably.
go back and play. So it goes back to our argument. Now that you can play those games and experience them now,
I could have played them back then.
When you were in vitro.
you should have played them back then. But
Well,
now you.
What
need
system
to
were they
play them.
for?
NES.
Regular NES?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there another?
But
Well, they're SNES.
the first half of that series is older than you are. 1, 2, and 3 came out I think before you were born.
What year?
It's like 87.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
88.
Okay. You win.
Anyway, that's all I got. And plus, I don't. When you look at all the games that come out in a given year, the percentage of them that are ports and upgrades or whatever, they're pretty small. I don't feel like they're really hurting the releases of the big IPs because we all know that those are going to bring in a lot of big dollars anyway.
Well, there's also another argument here. We're talking about HD remakes, but the industry is also very riddled with sequelitis.
Yes.
You know, we're getting Metal Gear Solid 5, and while it's a great game, and that's a IP that's doing well, we're getting a lot of sequels and not chances on new IPs.
Well, Metal Gear is a unique case because the gameplay, he took a very different approach from every other Metal Gear, except maybe Peace Walker. But the thing that's consistent about Metal Gear is the story, is the non-risk part.
And plus, it's been 7 years since 4, so I feel like I don't think that falls under sequelitis. I think maybe
Call of Duty.
You got
Call
Call
of
of
Duty.
Duties,
Yeah.
and Gears of War is getting up there. Halo is getting close to that. I
I mean,
think
Halo's released
343
every
has
year.
close.
yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of goes along with sports games. I had this discussion with someone the other day that I really think that they should go to a subscription model with sports games.
Yeah, we all.
You just have one base game. You could upgrade it every season. You get new rosters or whatnot.
Problem
new
is, it doesn't
graphics.
make as much money.
Exactly.
You can pay.
Yeah.
You can pay. You know,
$60 a year.
maybe you have a subscription. You pay a fraction of the cost for the upgrade.
It still doesn't, like,
Yeah.
why would Madden charge you
Yeah.
$15 a year when they could charge you $60?
They'd have to have some accountants balance.
And the
that
great
out.
thing is those games have very, very low resale value.
Yes.
No one wants to buy Madden 2012.
Just saving the trees, man.
Saving the trees.
I don't
There's
know.
no
If you're
wood.
in a plastic
If you're
discs.
yeah.
All right.
You gotta-
Is it more
you gotta have
economical?
oil.
Yes. Would I like it that way? Yes. But as long as people keep buying FIFA, Madden, NBA, 2K, whatever, live, I don't know, the show. Actually, the show is Sony, isn't it? It'll come out. MLB, the show. Anyway, as long as they keep buying those annual
Oh, yeah.
sports games, they're not going to do a subscription because they can just keep selling it for $60.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do some accounting. Or
Even if
development
there's-
cost versus subscription. At some
Even if
point.
there's like no innovation at all. I mean, yeah, we now have this new thing where you can control the running back's arms with both the sticks. Woo! It's
So
a
yeah,
software upgrade.
So yeah, I kind of diverted a little bit off course there. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's one that I say I'm against, but I'm a little bit torn on, to be honest, because while I do enjoy the convenience of it, again, you're losing that IP. So
Well, they're also running out. I mean, there's not a lot of IPs left for them to run remakes and counters for. We've already got Uncharted and Devil May Cry and
but no Legend
Slide.
Dragoon or Onimusha.
This is true. And I don't see a Dynasty Warriors the first decade collection out, but eventually they're going to run out of HD remakes. And when we start getting HD remakes of HD remakes, then we're in trouble.
And
you go to 4K at that point.
I mean, I got a 4K TV, and allegedly the consoles can do them, but
Isn't that what Metal Gear did? That's an HD remake of HD remake.
The first Resident Evil is an HD of an HD, and I'm totally fine with that.
In what way?
That's a really good game.
Right?
What way is that
Right.
HD of an HD though? How?
So going from PS1 to whatever GameCube, right? And then that version put on PS4 and Xbox One. I'm all for that. 'Cause you replay that game with the enhanced visuals and.
So it's like a
Achievements.
semi HD
Achievements,
to an
trophies.
The
HD.
master of unlocking.
Okay.
So, but going back to the beginning here, like a lot of these times, I'm okay with it because it's usually like a third-party company. Like I think it's called Blue Point Games for Sony most of the time. That's all they do pretty much. They just do ports for Sony. Now Naughty Dog did their own port for Last of Us because they want to do it right. But that's more of a fringe case with the industry. They usually get these third parties to do it.
So
It's a great way for those third parties to learn the architecture and not have to worry about game design, and then they can launch from there into their own games.
let me throw another point at you here. We have ports, HD ports, which is what we've mostly been talking about. What about an actual remake?
Like Final Fantasy VII.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
I'm more in support of that because
Yeah.
I feel like there's change of content on that as opposed to just pumping out the same game.
It's
with
a
updated
re-envisioning.
graphics.
Yeah.
Well, other than Final Fantasy VII, can we think of another example?
Another time that they've actually remade a game
A full, yeah.
was the Metal Gear one that they brought to GameCube remake.
Resident Evil
was Resident
was back,
Oh, Resident Evil.
but they remade it for the GameCube and PS2, and then HD'd it. So that doesn't really count.
But I mean, the remake itself though does.
The remake
It's not.
itself kind of was.
Yeah.
Twin Snakes was a remake.
There you
That
go.
was a really good one, even though it's made by a developer that is
But
defunct now.
recently,
Hmm?
I'm talking this
Recently,
console
I don't
Oh, I
know
can
that
think
there
it's
has been
supposed to.
anything.
Other than the upcoming 7, I don't know of any actual remake. It's just updates.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm all in favor of remake. I love a re-envisioning, new engine.
Yeah.
I'm all for that creative.
As we were talking today about the whole remakes for with Sonic was one of them.
Oh, I'd love to see an Unreal Sonic. That looked amazing.
Unreal
Yeah,
Engine
Techno.
Sonic.
And then there was another one for Super Mario 64, which
I think it looks exactly the same. I don't care what it is.
Okay.
It's like better lighting for Mario, but everything else looks the same.
things like that. I would change my opinion. I would say yes, I want to see it.
You really need to look up the Pokemon one. It'll blow your mind.
I will.
There's an Unreal Charmander out there, and it's
Unreal.
unreal. It breathes fire.
Is there anything else before we go on?
I guess
Okay.
that's all my points.
All right.
Oh my gosh, where did I go?
So this brings us to our final segment, our top 5. So for this week, our top 5 is top 5 memorable characters, memorable to us. So the whole point here is they can be a protagonist, antagonist, side character. It doesn't matter. It just has to be memorable to us, one of us. And I'm going to throw in a little bit twist here that I actually didn't write down. Surprise,
Uh-oh.
surprise.
Bum bum bum.
You just got to tell me why. Why are they memorable to you?
I think it
Oh,
was-
I thought that was a lie.
Yeah.
Your twists are awful.
All right.
You're no Kojima.
Screw you,
son.
Rankin.
So, Glover, why don't you start?
All right, let's start it off. So I have number 5. I put as Master Chief. So playing through all the old Halo games and just like how awesome he was, and going through and playing all the legendary campaigns. I don't know. Just
Have you
always
tried
liked
Lasso
Master
yet?
Huh?
Lasso? Legendary, all skulls on.
I've never beat it. I've tried
It's
it.
rough.
Yeah.
You
no.
can't die. Iron will make you restart.
So Mr. No Personality is your number 1 pick.
He has
Yeah.
personality.
Not very good.
Cortana just does most of the talking.
All right. Number 4, I'm going to pick. I got these ordered, or I don't have these ordered. I'm trying to order it now. I'm going to pick. So, a game you guys have never heard of, Green Dog for Sega Genesis.
Oh,
So he's like this surfer, like beach bum guy that goes around. He has a frisbee and he throws it, and that was his attack. And he's like, I don't know, it was just awesome. He had like this sweet hairdo that like, curled up.
This sounds like
and-
Poochie on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
A little
Itchy,
bit.
Scratchy, and Poochie.
Yeah, a little bit. He had like a surfboard and skateboard. There's like skating levels that he went around, but I remember it was just awesome. That was like one of the first games we got on Sega Genesis, and I played the crap out of it.
I would buy an HD
That was
remake
so
of that game. I've never heard of it. It sounds amazing.
So did a good sales pitch right there.
Why don't we do a Kickstarter to get that one?
Green
remade?
Dog, yeah, look it up. It's sweet. All right, number 3, I'm gonna go with Crash Bandicoot because that was like the beginning of my, I don't know, really hardcore gaming, I guess, for PlayStation. I got into that as like a platformer game, and my screen name was Bandicoot Boy back in the day, so kind of going on that.
I like those commercials they used to have.
That was
The all
that's probably why I picked them, because the awesome live action commercials that they had.
Hey, plumber boy.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Number 2, I'm gonna go with Gino from Super Smash Bros. Or
Super Mario RPG,
Super Mario
Legend of the
RPG.
7 Stars.
so
I know
yeah,
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was like my,
Gino?
Gino, yes.
I call him Gino back
Okay.
when I was young. I didn't know how to pronounce it, and that's how it's forever gonna
Oh.
be in my mind.
That's what I was like, who heard of this dude? Okay.
Yeah. So that was like my favorite RPG growing up, and I think
That's
that's
a good game.
yeah. It was like just like a out of nowhere character, and it was pretty awesome, shooting stars and stuff.
It was a puppet.
Puppet turns
Well,
into real life.
he's a extraterrestrials
And his
entity.
Oh, yeah.
His name cannot be
His
pronounced.
name cannot be pronounced, but he possesses a Gino doll, so he takes the name of Gino.
Yeah, and then number 1, I had to go with Sonic. I could not pick Sonic.
Sonic.
I didn't have Sonic. Oh.
Yeah, having the Sonic like stuffed animal when I was younger, Sonic T-shirt, playing through all the Sonic games like on a daily basis. I pretty much idolize Sonic, so that's definitely my number 1.
Rich?
All right, cool. Number 5. Let me look at my list because I forgot the memorable characters.
Your mom.
Number 5, Golden Dantes from Onimusha 2. I've talked about him before. He's one of the boss characters. He's kind of memorable as a boss because you kill him with a flute. You can't do any damage to him unless you use a flute. But he's just a ridiculous, over-the-top character that is like mushroom head shaped. He has a neon orange sword. And he just has like the most ridiculous, like tries to be Shakespearean lines.
Is that the one who says "I am"? Or it says his name like multiple times.
Yes, I am Golden Dantes, the greatest swordsman of all the demons. And then when he dies, by killing him with the flute, he's just trying to do this dramatic scene where he's laying on the beach. And he's just like, "What's my name?" And then Jubei, the main character of Onimusha, he's like, "Golden Dantes, the greatest swordsman of all the demons." And he's just like, "Ah!" And he just like dies. It's just like one of those most hysterical moments
It's like
in my high
the
school.
dude from Princess Bride.
Yes.
Neo Montoya.
Killing my father.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
kind of he kind of is a
I don't know.
Onimusha version of that. Never even thought about that, but yeah, it's exactly what it's like. Number 4 from Metal Gear, the boss. So I had some trouble picking this one, but I picked it. The boss is the female version that was the mentor to Big Boss. And the reason I picked her is because she was in one game, and she had such an impression on me that I remember all the scenes with her, especially the ending of that game, more than I do any other Metal Gear sequence. And she's mentioned in games, but she is not in another game. There's no like reference
Her
cutscenes
legacy
really.
lasts throughout the series.
Exactly. So, especially that ending, what you have to do, and how she kind of falls on the grenade, so to speak, for her country, and how like her events at the end of that game triggers this whole Metal Gear saga. So it's just amazing, and she's actually a badass female, which is pretty awesome. She's the best World War II fighter, pretty much for the Americans, and she's pretty badass. Voiced by the girl who voices in Family Guy the co-anchor chick with Tucker, whatever, Diane.
Which one? The new one or the old
The old one.
Okay.
It's the same voice. It's like it shatters your mind when somebody tells you that, because you're like, you can only see her at that point. From Family Guy.
Diane Sawyer? No.
That's
an actual
real
real-
That's the real.
That's the actual news anchor.
How do we not know her?
Well, let's just call her Diane.
All right. So anyway, that's why I picked her over anyone else in Metal Gear. Number 3, Sephiroth. He's just ridiculous.
Yeah. that's a good
He has
one.
beautiful hair that flows like
That is
tentacles. Yeah, that is the basis of it. Really, I mean, it's like the first time you see him, he's just really badass. He's got like a 9-foot sword, which I'm surprised he doesn't slice off any appendages with.
It's practical.
Yeah, I mean, he slices like buildings in half. It's just ridiculous. He's kind of a psychotic character a little bit. I think he's looking for his
Kills
mom.
Ares.
Yeah, he kills one of the main characters of the game. This dramatic scene and end of disc 1.
Have you ever
Fantasy
gotten
VII.
her ultimate?
Yes, with a Game Shark.
I think one of our friends has actually gotten it normally.
Yeah, it's probably Mike.
Grinded through, and Mike got his.
Good job,
But,
Mike.
You didn't mention the music.
Oh yeah, he's got his
Yeah.
own theme music. He's one of the only people who has his own theme music
One of the
too.
It's like the
Best
best
theme
theme
music.
song.
Yeah, it's like he walks around. He has his own theme music, and it's dark. It's like a Tim Burton-esque mixed with classical,
It's true.
like really like the Beethovens and the Vaughan something others. Number 2 is Handsome Jack from Borderlands, because he gave Borderlands personality. That was the trouble with Borderlands 1.
Thank you,
is
Aaron
it
Birch.
He had no. Borderlands 1 was an amazing game, no personality, and it's like they took Borderlands 2 and said, we just need to
What's the
inject
development
some
for it?
character, just some like
The Vault.
vault
Oh,
alien
that's what I
glob
don't
thingy.
remember.
And then, but like even like the characters had no personality or anything, and they really started with like Handsome Jack, and he, like the butt stallion joke that he always tries to say jokes on the intercom, and like the butt stallion joke, and he's just psychotic, and he says these crazy things. And then I played the pre-sequel, and he's just even more like you should see him transcending into psychoticness in that game. And just the one-liners in that are just.
I would argue with
hysterical.
you saying Borderlands 1 had no personality.
Yeah,
I think the game itself had a lot
The
of personality.
characters didn't have
The
personality.
characters, the playable characters had decent personality. Some of the
NPCs
characters.
were great. I thought, like the bosses.
Some of them were.
I mean,
Yeah.
Marcus was pretty funny back then. Get off my bus.
What
Uh,
the hell? The
three
mechanic dude. What's I can't think of his
Oh,
name.
Scooter?
No, the mechanic.
Scooter.
Scooter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Scooter.
he was in it.
come
It
on.
was funny.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it for me.
Catch a ride.
I've never played this, so I don't know.
It's a
You've never
fantastic
played
game.
it?
It's got.
Or
It
played
doesn't
Borderlands
have
too?
as many standout personalities. They all kind of go together.
Yeah,
It's
two
not
picked it up
like
to a new
Handsome
level.
Jack.
Yeah, it's a new like this. The game almost opens with the butt stallion joke,
Yeah.
and when he describes how he got a pure diamond horse and he named it Butt Stallion,
After
That was
the
just
player
like-
character.
yeah, like it was just like the greatest line, and then it just gets funnier and funnier from there, and him just trying to make you laugh, and it's just it was so good. And then even the ending battle of the game with him and his little dragon pet and whatever. So anyway, and number 1.
Guardian.
I'm ashamed it's on my list, but it has to be on here. It's freaking Mario, and
What?
Mario is
Why?
unforgettable because Nintendo will not let me forget Mario.
Good.
He is like the freaking cranberries of freaking video game industry.
I mean,
He is in everything.
That
Mario
is-
Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario this, Mario that.
that
It's
I am
all
done.
soccer.
very true.
They're coming out with
characteristic.
new Mario Tennis. You can say.
No,
I'm kind of
I am
excited.
done. I'm just I
Mario
cannot
Golf
forget.
is good.
I love Mario Golf, but Mario is in every
That
freaking
Mario
activity.
baseball game was actually pretty fun too.
Sluggers.
Yeah, I like that.
Mario Strikers is fun.
Mario
Strikers is
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
I have Rocket
Dr.
League.
Mario.
Strikers is
Dr.
the
Mario
most
is
fun soccer game since Rocket League.
See, I can't forget about it. Even in this
Rocket League is
conversation.
the most fun since
Mario RPG.
Even if I wanted to.
You're gonna change your
Like
opinion
a-
on Mario
like
right
a
now.
Thousand Year Door.
So anyway, so that's why Mario is the most unforgettable for me, because everyone, even like here, just won't shut up about him, and he's in everything.
That's true.
And if
So you're
Nintendo
mad
ever
about
goes
it.
third party, my God, I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to be in everything.
Well, Nintendo will try and put him in everything.
He will be in everything. Like,
See Master Chief have just there's some level you get up to and there's a little grunt dressed as Mario and you just gotta beat him.
yeah,
Beat him for achievements.
When Nintendo buys Halo.
No, when Halo buys the rights to Mario.
Oh, fair enough. All right,
that was my 5.
Take that.
being lost.
All right. Well, I thought Rich was going to do a Metal Gear themed top 5, so I prepared a top
Metal
5
Gear
Mega
3.
Man villain top 5, but I might not do that now, just because I feel like it'd be somewhat out of place.
You ruined it.
Maybe I don't know.
Wait, did you come up with 2 lists?
Yeah, I came up with 2 lists.
He's so much more prepared.
Yeah.
I kind of remember both lists.
All right. Well, I can run through them really
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead,
I'll
do
run
both.
through the.
You don't
Mega
have to
Man.
say
Is
why.
that allowed? Scrum
Yeah, you
Master?
do
Yeah, I'll do really quick.
Go
Okay,
on,
number 5. Yeah, because if you guys
I'm
play,
going to
if you guys play the Legacy Collection now, you'll kind of got a glimpse into the Mega Man villains. The top ones got from Mega Man 5, Gravity Man. It's really cool in an NES game when you can walk on the ceiling. His whole stage is kind of built up like that, where you toggle between walking on the ground versus walking on the ceiling. 4 from Mega Man 4 is Skull Man. This is kind of when they started getting in really creative with, instead of just having like Element Man, like Fire Man, Ice Man, etc.
That's
Have
from Skull Face.
Skull Man. Skull.
I figured they
It's different from
started
Skull
to do
Yeah,
that.
different Skull Face.
I figured they started to do that in 3 with Snake Man.
That
and-
was number 3. So, or no, yeah, and the Metal Man.
Don't worry about that.
Metal Man was
Metal Man.
awesome.
Yeah.
Not Bubble Man or Wood Man?
No, because going back from previous top 5 top weapons I talked about, Metal Blade was my
awesome.
favorite all-time weapon.
It's one of the most versatile ones.
Yeah, it's pretty much your default weapon after you get it because it's a pretty good weakness against like half the Mega Man 2 bosses. So, but I got another Mega Man 2 boss for my number 1, and that's Quick Man, because for years and years and years I thought that his stage was impossible without Flashman's power because of those beams.
It's
But
not.
it hasn't until the Legacy Collection comes out. Now I can actually do that without Flashman's power because of
You have to memorize it, but if you have it memorized, you can do it.
yeah. So that's my top 5 Mega Man villains. So go play that, and you'll get to run into those guys. But
Wood
moving
Man,
to
Bubble Man. Love
my
those
top
songs.
5 most
Real
memorable.
ones.
5 Handsome Jack. You can't go wrong with Handsome Jack.
Pro tip, he's on my list too.
Yeah. Oh,
Spoilers.
see, yeah, I had a feeling it's a wise pick. I think. 4, I got Baird from Gears of War. He's probably my favorite part of the whole series. I love playing as him in multiplayer because just his little ad lib is just
Do you know like Cole?
everything. I like Baird better because Baird is who I always like to play as online because whenever I screw up an active reload or something, he's just shit. It's just like he's saying everything I'm thinking when I'm playing. So, or he gets a nice headshot or like something like that.
Most relatable then.
Yeah,
Most
absolutely.
relatable
Baird,
characters.
yeah,
To be honest, he's the guy I play to.
exactly. And that's why I was really bummed when Judgment kind of sucked and he's the main character. I thought, how can you have a sucky Gears of War with Baird as your main character? It is a bummer. Number 3, Quick Man. Already told you why. Number 2, Alucard. First appearance in Castlevania 3. And first appearance and as a playable character, Castlevania 3. So good. Cool playing Dracula's son, his rebellious son, and whatnot. Using his powers that his dad had, turning into a bat flying around the screen and shooting fireballs at enemies. It's good. Worthy pick. And plus, he's in one of my top games of all time.
Symphony of the Night.
My number 1, though, is Proto Man. First appearance in Mega Man 3. Because he pushed the story along. What little story there is, I guess, of a Mega Man game. But he kind of made... he kind of gave Mega Man 3 some depth. I think taking the series from 2 to 3, putting him in there and actually making a story out of Mega Man.
He is to Mega Man what Zero is to Mega Man X.
Exactly.
Dang, Zero's a good one too.
I know, I almost had 0. But yeah. That's
All right.
my top 5.
Cool. I will go next, and forgive me, I'm trying to do this from memory. So, my
What a
number.
noob.
I do this every time.
Classic Rankin.
So my number 5, and number 5 because there's so many technicalities around it, is the Pyramid Head from
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. Reason for that is most memorable is it's the reason why I can't play any horror games or horror movies anymore.
That's the reason why he sleeps with a bottle of Jack.
After it kind of was a cooperation of that game and that movie together. I have a little bit of an issue with any horror game anymore.
Quick interruption. I did forget to mention I played PT during last weekend.
Yeah.
So I did play
Nice.
PT, which is the Silent Hill playable trailer with Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, and Norman Reedus, and it got canceled.
It's nice that you kept it before they.
I didn't. I borrowed a friend's PS4.
Oh, well, I don't have it anymore. They removed it.
Yeah, so
If you want to, I can tell you the friend.
I'm not going to borrow his PS4, but thanks.
He's not using it.
All right, so my
the
number.
game is better than the movie, by the way, for Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Much better than the movie.
Yeah, it's just one of those.
Sorry to interrupt. I just remembered I
No
had
problem.
played and beaten that because my girlfriend's huge into horror things. So.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm not going to watch it with you.
No.
So my number 4, my first introduction into Final Fantasy was Titus, or Titus, depending how you want to pronounce his name.
10.
From 10. Just because it was my first introduction to the Final Fantasy series, which obviously by the game Scrums, I absolutely love them. So,
It's better than Bash. I'm a space pirate.
oh yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. So that's my number 4. My number 3 and 2 were kind of hard, and my number 3, I keep wanting to say Admiral Akbar, but it's actually Peppy Hare.
Peppy.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, who?
Do a barrel roll!
For that reason,
It's a tarp!
one of the
I like
most
Admiral
memorable
Akbar.
one. They both have one of the most memorable lines in ever in
Peppy's
their
the one who
respective
says
fields.
that?
Your father helped me
Someone
like
else
that
says
too.
Peppy Hare says do a barrel
I
roll.
thought it was
Use
the
bombs
general.
wisely.
All right, so this is Star Fox.
Peppy is the one
Okay.
who says do a barrel roll.
In the
Yes.
SNES, though. Is it?
No, 64 is one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
So that's obviously the reason for number 3. Number 2, along the same lines, Slippy Toad, because I wanted to shoot down Slippy Toad every chance I could because he, I don't know what, kept screwing up my high score. Kept taking my kills. So it was
Slippy
one of
sucks.
those more memorable and raging characters. My number 2 was that my number 2?
That was your
Yeah,
3
number
and 2.
Yeah, that was my
number
2.
1.
So my number 1 probably has had the least amount of screen time out of all of these is Roxas from the Kingdom Hearts 2.
It's the worst one.
It's an incorrect pick.
No,
Pick Aqua or Terra.
Roxas out of all of them, I thought had the most memorable exit, the most probably the, I guess, emotional period of that game. I thought
I like Roxas.
because it was more or less the after effect of Sora leaving his friends that Roxas grew up with that you see afterwards. That really, I thought, for me, made the Kingdom Hearts 2 one of the better games in the series.
Who's the guy in Birth by Sleep that looks like
It's Ventus.
Ventus?
And
Yeah, I hate all of
you don't like Ventus? Okay.
them. I only
well,
like Aqua and Terra.
Well, spoilers. There's a reason they look alike. You can play it to figure it out.
They're twins.
Twin snakes.
Dun, dun, dun. Actually, they're triplets.
So
It's D3.
Yeah, solid is liquid. Solid.
My top 5, I'm also going to do from memory because I'm awesome. Number 5, Mr. Tord in Borderlands 2. He is the man for saying that sentence had too many syllables. Apologize. As well as now go punch a bad guy in the dick. That is a shotgun that shoots exploding swords. I did not know the definition of happiness until this moment. Now go blow up the ocean. He's amazing. Very well written, very hilarious, and I think he's like a WWE announcer.
Yeah.
His voice acts. I love him. Number 4, Gladys. Surprised you guys have not put her
completely
on.
forgot about that one.
She is hilarious in the most condescending of ways, such as making fun of your weight in Portal 2. Like, I have to commend it for you. Most people lose weight when they go into cryo, but you seem to have packed on a few pounds. In a similar vein, number 3 would be Handsome Jack, who is also a very condescending antagonist. For many great lines listed in front. Number 2 is the playable character in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Not only are you the hero of Kabach,
Do you actually see that character?
I mean, I build that character.
Oh, okay. But I don't
An
remember.
Elder Scrolls game.
Okay.
You don't ever actually talk, unlike Skyrim, where you speak in Draconic when you're shouting at things. But no, I had so many memories with my characters. I have multiple save files totaling hundreds of hours. But, I mean, you save the city of Kavach, you save the entire realm of Nirn, and eventually, if you get all the DLCs, you become the Mad God Sheogorath, who I was going to pick Sheogorath, the God of Madness, but then I realized you become the Mad God, and I really like that. About the story that your character becomes Sheogorath himself. And then number 1 would be Link. I know it's kind of cop-out, but you guys had Sonic and Mario. I mean, Link is awesome as a silent protagonist. Well, not silent, he screams and grunts and just... But no, Link's had a lot of adventures. Some of my favorite games, including Wind Waker, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, all involve him.
He's the console seller of Nintendo.
He is more of a console seller than Mario.
Yes.
How?
That's its own game.
Zelda games are more highly looked into, or
And they're
more
far
highly
and few
anticipated.
between. There's always a
than
Mario game.
There's always something
far
Mario
few-
related out.
That's a good topic.
Yeah.
That would argue that.
Save that for next time.
I mean,
Like
everyone's
Mario
looking forward to
sells
the
more
new Zelda.
consoles.
That's the one thing the Wii U is missing is an original Zelda game,
Yep.
and 50 other good
Yeah,
games.
you're right. I agree.
But I would say Link is probably. I will never forget all the adventures I've had with my boy Link.
Glad you said that.
Even though there's like 50 different Links.
going to include that for honorable mention if you didn't. So
Yes.
nice.
Also, my level 100 Clefable from Pokemon Red. Yes, I had a level 100 Clefable.
Nerd.
What was Nern? What was that thing?
Nern?
Nern.
Yeah.
Sorry. What?
That's
Nerd.
the name of the
Nerd.
planet that
Nerd.
Tamriel.
All right.
Nerd.
All right.
Nerd.
That's all I
So-
heard.
So I think
It's
that's enough
called
for this particular game, Scrum. Until next time. See ya.
Keep on gaming.
See ya.
Peace.